we just went live. I wish you would have said that. With 11
Obama almost got impeached for wearing a suit like Cody, that tan suit.
Okay, when you guys saw AJ Styles setting up his finisher, I was concerned that Cody wasn't going to clear them steps and we was going to have a big problem.
No, I didn't know where he was going. I didn't know he was jumping off the steps. I thought he was going to do it on the steps. And then when he jumped off the steps, I was like, oh, he okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was better. But, Marcus, while since you were third here, that black guy is really happy seeing Cody go through there in the background that I see. But while you hear me and Manny discuss that, although this was a momentous moment, the thumbnail of the week really is this. This is what the show needs to represent right here. This is the thumbnail of the week. I mean, right here. The grand finale on his couch, leading.
Like a seesaw. Betty,
this man is a true definition of sitting sideways, like the old school Paul Wall of sitting sideways, boys.
Well, for those who want a current update, I am currently sleeping and living off of this couch. And you know what?
You don't even seem big enough to sleep on that couch.
I know.
How are you sleeping on this couch?
I like to say, when I sleep, I am an aggressive rotator. I am now a very still, planked out. Oh. I feel like I'm a candle in a cake. I ain't going nowhere.
I have never heard anybody describe their sleep pattern as an aggressive rotator. Marcus,
I'm an aggressive rotator. I rotate a lot. I move. I like to adjust.
Is that when you turn, the bed sheet comes off with you?
No. I don't know how else to say I'm an aggressive rotator. That's all I'm saying.
He's like a fucking kebab. He's like a kebab. It's a piece of lamb just rotating over and over again.
Rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken all over.
Just over there, just going like this.
Welcome everybody to the Rotisserie Sharpshooters podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes, and up there is the resident fat man.
Oh yeah.
Why do I get to introduce myself and I'm getting introduced as the resident fat man? I just
about 2 weeks ago.
Not this episode. That was before the hiatus.
Manny, you are a KFC specialist because you do, like you said. Do you think that AJ gave him all of the secret herbs and spices? Because Cody looks like he's doubting it in this picture.
No, Cody knows the secret herbs and spices. AJ Styles wants to know the secret herbs and spices, but Cody's not telling him. This is why what happened on the right is happening.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, though. Cody dress shoe game is so much better than AJ Styles. I don't know what AJ Styles boots are.
I believe AJ don't wear suits. Yeah. He probably doesn't wear suits to church.
You don't think he wore a suit to his son's graduation? I mean, he was so proud about that.
But I think, go back to that image, Eric. I want to talk about image on the right.
Okay.
He is aggressively pulling those thighs. Like that just looks like he's trying to rip his pants off. I don't know what's going. If you chose somebody in this picture, I think they would be so confused on what the hell's going on here. Why is this woman trying to rip this man's balls?
It does look like that.
Like, give me those balls.
Hey, that's not the 69 position that I know about. I don't know what's going on here.
What y'all doing? What y'all doing in your house? We doing this.
You know,
we the real freak. Yeah.
I think my favorite moment of the night is when AJ was talking to Nick Aldis, and Nick was trying to get an answer, and he was like, "It's hard enough for me to do it now. Don't make me do it twice." And I was like, "Oh, AJ tried to go to acting school here and there." I was like, "Go figure."
Are we talking about the ending right away, or are we going to start from the beginning? It's up to you. No, it's up to you. I can continue going on some thoughts about this.
If we're talking about suits, who did it better? Who wore the pastel better? Big Mark Henry with his pink or salmon pastel blazer or jacket, or AJ with the baby blue powder.
So allow me to go first, because as I was watching this segment and Shantae was down there with me. As AJ was talking, I was explaining to her that he's going to do the same thing that Mark Henry did, just with a lot less style. I prefer the salmon sport jacket because that man.
Nah, because Mark Henry was wearing blue trousers, so it didn't work. It didn't work for me.
But the man also had that dark skin. He had that dark skin too.
Let me tell you why Mark Henry worked better. We have never seen Mark Henry dress up in such a ridiculous fashion, and that it seemed like that made it legit to me. Like, oh, he's wearing this salmon suit because someone told him to wear a suit, and he grabbed the first thing he could see, or a sports coat. And it sold me that this could be it because it was such a hideous thing. AJ, on the other hand, I knew he was full of shit from the beginning. And Eric, the way you described it was the way people listen to music. Mark Henry has so much rhythm and soul, and it is. As AJ was out there, if we were at church, Mark Henry is oh, you look good, Mark. Oh, it's Easter Sunday.
No. I really felt like they looked like two Southern Jesuit pastors getting out there discussing what they gonna do at fellowship the next day. That's what it looked like. And then he found out that Cody was sleeping with the first lady of his church and said, "You know what? You about to get this." That's why he was squeezing his thigh so hard. That's what happened.
I thought AJ looked like somebody that was getting married in Vegas, but didn't realize he was gonna get married in Vegas that weekend and said, "Fuck it."
Oh, nice job. You know what? Let me tell you right now. Shantae, look, you can see it right here. That was Mark Henry's salmon suit when he turned.
I'm just saying AJ did it better. Mark Henry, that jacket is.
Oh, that's Mark Henry. I thought that was Eric.
Oh, fuck
I'm so sorry. Misinterpretation.
No. AJ looked like he just invested in a bunch of angel companies and he's at a conference about to discuss and talk about how much money he made. I mean,
who's going to take your money? Who's going to take your money more? Who's like,
AJ.
if you ended up at this timeshare where they're trying to sell you some shit.
Mark Henry looked broke.
Yeah, Marcus. First of all, Marcus, we have been conditioned by being Americans that you can never trust the black man. You have to trust the white man, and the white man will screw you over each time. We know this.
I mean, AJ's still doing it for Dewey.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Look, Mark Henry couldn't sell me shit there. He couldn't. That's why I knew he wasn't retiring. AJ though could give me a timeshare that I know I don't need that I could never use.
Shit, is that the suit he wore when he was Malibu out at Southpaw Wrestling?
Possibly. So I think we can get to that because we can run because not much.
Let's just cover it in. No, let's just cover it in. This stuff happened. I got a lot to say on SmackDown just in general, but
you have a lot of say on every episode, Marcus. There's nothing different about that. Go ahead, Mr. On Location. Let us know what the Warzone of SmackDown was for you. Break it down, Marcus. You can lead this charge.
Well, this episode of SmackDown had repercussions that will ramify the world.
Word you don't know.
No, Marcus. Because first of all, you tried to use repercussions. You tried to use another. No, I meant to say
ramifications. I wouldn't say ramifications. Sorry, ramifications.
You didn't even say that right. Okay.
Ramifications that would affect the world and the legacy of Cody Rhodes for decades. Out there was AJ Allen Jones, also known as the phenomenal AJ Styles, was out there talking about he wanted to be the phenomenal. Your son already graduated, so you already fucked that up.
He's got 4 other kids.
Oh, I don't know how old they are.
He got 4 other graduations that he need to go to.
Well,
I mean, the thing about this, there's only one person who needs to be upset about this entire situation because Nick Aldis simply explained to AJ that he was going to the back of the line. So whoever was at the front of the line, we never got to find out, got to be upset because now since Allen has attacked Cody, Cody's going to want to fight Allen. And so now hearsay, he got his title match again. Right, man?
You know what? You know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, let Manny talk, Marcus. You talked a
Go
lot.
ahead.
I'm just upset that we may not get a casino gauntlet battle royale on SmackDown, where we don't know. AJ may have got his chance to get in the line, but someone got pinned before he could even come out.
Don't bring up the health rules. How dare this is a safe place? This is a safe place. This is where we SmackDown. We don't go over here and bring out those dynamite. But
because this ain't no safe place when you're sleeping like this.
Damn it.
Damn it, Manny.
You're sleeping sideways, rotisserie in the days, sleeping sideways.
Sleeping in an L shape.
You know what? Marcus did this for everybody in the community. To all 270,000 subscribers, know that you should never order a sectional from Amazon. It will never go away.
Never do it. I did it for the community.
Marcus, you did it for content because you're a content creator and you knew this would drive. See, you sit on that couch. Overall, though, I thought the retirement. The thing that I really took away from this segment, though, was the earlier when you had Michin cutting her promo, talking about Alan ain't talk to them, and clearly, Luke. Carl had been talking to AJ. They ain't been talking to her, and so like seems like she been kicked out the OC and she don't even know because they came out there with
the OC.
I was like, oh, all right, but it looked like she got herself in some trouble with Nia Jax, the queen.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. She was in the back. AJ ain't talking to nobody. He ain't talking. He's talking to everybody.
But you.
I would like to bring up because Manny in the post said earlier in a random text in the middle of the night on our time, where'd they dig Apollo Crews? Yeah, where'd they dig him up? I believe AJ saw the card tonight and said, "That's the back of the line. I can't do that anymore. I'm not going back there to fight Apollo.
Apollo's got back-to-back matches on SmackDown now.
Still the back of the line.
But the best thing about the whole entire Apollo situation is the convolution.
Convolution.
I don't think that's even a word. That's not even a word. But I'm going to use it. The convolution behind the whole thing of Angel trying to recruit Andrade into Legado, but then them not really wanting him there. And, and Andrade already told him, I don't want nothing to do with this. And so then next thing you know, Angel's like, yeah, look at him. And, my boy Santos is looking because, all the Mexicans got a feud with each other. And the next thing you know, he walks by.
Excuse me, Latinos.
And then they're all Mexican.
Latinx, Marcus, Latinx.
But then
the difference was Eric. Joaquin Wiles is not. He's Filipino.
But he's not in that crew. He's in LWO.
Zelina. Oh, you're talking LWO. You're right. Yeah. You might be right.
And then we go into the locker room for where we're getting an interview with Andrade. No one needs that. And then Apollo tried to get his heat back. I'm like, where has Apollo been? Eric, like Manny said.
Slow your roll.
And why is he so full of hell?
Slow your roll. Sometimes we need Andrade promos. Sometimes. Why? What is your boss? What is your boss?
Since he's wrestled. And I would like to give Triple H a strike on his booking this week. It's very AEW of him this week. And he's falling into a vintage, I like to call vintage Tony Khan. Back when we were in Daily's place in the pandemic, where it was all about factions, recruiting factions, and people in their faction for what reason to increase their numbers. Because that was going on in the early days of AEW. We have kind of moved away from that, although I think Don Callis is still out there trying to recruit Orange Cassidy or Trent or whatever. But
he got Trent, didn't he?
90% of AEW storylines was, hey, you want to join my faction? You want to join my faction? Oh, you don't want to join my faction? We fight. And I'm saying this is the same shit, and I don't like it.
I'm going to piggyback on that, but I want you guys to answer a question before I move to there. Is that who did it better? Because on Dynamite, Rush had a promo, and Andrade had a promo, and I think they initially said the same thing. Who promo did you like better?
Andrade's, because it led to Angel be like, hey, what the hell, man?
Which I don't understand his community. I disagree. If anybody Roosh? Does, I'm going with Roosh. And the reason is for one simple line and one only: you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
That is also true. Now, Manny,
the show, and he did not say horn, he get the herd.
Manny, the show started off with your countryman who you despise, but I think you can respect what he was doing. Nick Aldis was in the ring, and he was talking about his drafting and all that good stuff, and he loves when a draft pick pans out. Manny, would you have done the same thing if your draft pick ended up winning the Queen of the Ring? And
yes, I pounded to Nia Jax all the time. When I first of all, when she's got that bonsai drop, mid-air bonsai drop in her repertoire, I am not messing with her ever again.
Did you guys notice how she almost slipped coming down to the ring because she's not used to wearing them heels and them boots? She almost bit it.
Well, Eric, she's not like most girls, so
then so this was an interesting segment because she's down there, bow down to your queen and all that good stuff. And then like Bayley, I'm coming for you. Get your ass out here, Bayley. Bayley come out here in her corduroy jumpsuit and like and stuff. And the next thing you know, she is jumped by Piper Niven and Chelsea. And at this point, you like, did Nia set this up? And then you realize, oh no, they're acting on their own accord. And next thing you know, Chelsea, being the hype girl that she is letting Nia know you're gonna be fighting Piper. And I was like, have we ever had meet on meet with females going against each other?
We get it a lot of times.
Yeah, we get it a lot of times, Eric. You just don't pay attention.
I don't.
I thought the assault was unnecessary, and Bayley has big problems right now. I don't know why the plus size women community trying to kill Bayley at this current, because that is a lot of problems right there. She seems like she has a lot. Liv Morgan had these problems, she'd be dead.
I just feel bad for Bayley, and I don't know if you agree with this, Manny, is that the fact that her knight in shining armor is Naomi. Naomi came to have her back. Girl, I can't believe that happened.
No. She said, I heard what just happened. What were you doing, Naomi? What were you doing? There's no titles to drop on the table anymore. What were you doing?
She was back there being amazing. Maybe she was talking to Jimmy on the phone and worried about what's going on with the bloodline. Or I don't think she was doing a damn thing. Why would she attack?
So
Sasha Banks would have been out there, Manny. Sasha would have been out there.
Can we also just point out the fact that Naomi has sided with Bayley? Have you noticed Bianca Belair doesn't have anything to do with her?
Don't have nothing to do with her. Nothing, because Bianca told her, don't mess with her. And then, and she kept doing it. So, what can you do?
1 year fight Damage Patrol. She ruined my life. The hate is still there.
I will point out, Marcus, you like how
for like 4 years.
I know I'm jumping around the spot, but so when Naomi finally finds Nick Aldis, she interrupts a meeting that Blair Davenport is having with her. And quite frankly, I'll be honest, Naomi was rude in this situation. Blair had every right to be upset. And she was like, maybe one day I love how when Blair introduced herself, that's when her name popped up on the screen. I was like, this is so stupid. Why are we dealing with this? But
you know who I am. And the production was like, let's make sure everybody knows who he is, kid. Someone production make sure that is Blair Davenport.
That is Blair Davenport right there.
But I don't understand why Naomi doesn't know the product and say, I don't even know who you are.
Naomi is Naomi, man. But let me talk about a person who cleaned up. Ciampa looks young and spry. He done dyed his beard. He done trimmed his beard.
And he's been like this for months.
I know,
years.
but he looked like he on the main roster. However, Manny, why are they already teasing?
He looks like he on the main
roster. He is on the main roster.
I don't know yet. He's still hanging out with Johnny. I don't know.
They're in the back of the line.
Why are we already getting the breakup between Theory and Waller right now? Why are they having dissension already? What's going on?
It's just them, isn't it? It's just how they are. They're both assholes. They're the ones that will they get together, because they shouldn't. Really, on paper they should be compatible, but their personalities when you see them together are not compatible. It's been happening for weeks. It's happening. It was happening since Australia.
Marcus, they'd be a disparity tag team. My thing is about this segment and them breaking up is, I don't know what either one of them are without each other. Like Waller, I had enough of his effect. And Theory, I can get behind his matches. I mean, that move he did on Ciampa, I don't even know what it was called, but I thought that should have been the end of the match. He grabbed the leg and flipped him and all that. And I was like, damn. But I don't know what Theory is as a personality. I just don't he has the A-Town down stuff. I'm just like, Well, I don't he needs to go.
Because we all know the personality that you enjoy is LA Knight, and LA Knight was trying to figure out if AJ Styles was retiring. Clearly, Nick didn't know, but then he was like, where the hell is Logan Paul? But then it led to a moment where he had to school young Carmelo.
You forgot the other bit where he clowned Naomi because she was rude, interrupting Blair, and then he turned up are you finished? I don't want to be interrupting or anything.
Yeah. That was funny. I want to give LA Knight a strike.
Why?
I don't like the way he treated Black women this week. I did not like the way.
So why you calling Carmelo a black woman? He messed up, man. You shouldn't.
It wasn't Carmelo. It wasn't Carmelo. You know what? I don't like the way he treated black people this week. I like that. I forgot about Carmelo and messing up.
And
he was disrespectful to Naomi, and then he went to Kaylee. He was like, "Oh, you must have been waiting outside all day for a scoop, huh? You must have been doing all this. Look at you. You don't even have an answer for what I'm talking." Like, he was very disrespectful. And then when Carmelo came, who messed up his words and said, "When I fight LA," he was like, "I can't fight myself, Carmelo."
You know you laugh. You know you laugh.
I did, because I was like, "Oh, Carmelo, it's over." Carmelo was exactly what Adam Cole would have been if he would have got called up.
He just needs Bearcat.
He's in better shape. He's in better shape.
He's Adam Cole can talk. You can survive longer being able to talk than maybe not being able to wrestle.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Carmelo can talk, but this week he fucked up.
Bearcat will be available soon, and he can help Carmelo get to that next level. I know Keith Lee gonna be back.
You clearly didn't watch NXT this week because DJ Tatanka burnt Bear Hill.
No. I'm talking about
Bearcat. He said Bearcat.
Bearcat. Keith Lee gonna be on his
contract.
I
don't care about Bear Hill these days.
No, I saw what Eddie. I saw what Eddie Thorpe did, Manny. I'm like, man, how you gonna do that to that man?
He didn't do anything.
I don't want to see LA Knight versus Carmelo at all. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't like LA Knight. But Marcus, I'm surprised that you're against it.
It's leading to Logan Paul. It's leading toward Logan Paul.
Well, Logan Paul might can give LA Knight a good match.
Logan Paul wants to fight his brother in the step in for Mike Tyson.
So let's talk about what everybody needs to talk about right now. We need to talk about the segment that took place that they left me with more questions than answers. We had Kevin Owens come down to the ring. Marcus, you've been a long supporter of Kevin Owens. And followed by Paul Heyman, who just pretty much, to sum things up, told him, "You're dealing with dangerous men, Kevin. Please leave this new iteration of the Bloodline alone." That's what he asked for. That's what he wanted to get.
I didn't even care about that bit. It was the redemption of Paul Heyman that I cared about when he ran on a run. Can't I change? You change multiple times. Can't I change? When Paul Heyman wants to do it, why can't I do it?
Oh, he must be lying. He must be lying. My God, if I'm trying to change and I'm trying to save your life.
You know my kids. I know your kids. Paul Heyman is my MVP this week.
But see, the issue that I had with this whole segment, I thought Paul Heyman and Kevin Owens had a good thing, but we need Jacob Fatu. I'm sorry. If they had Jay in this situation, I would take Jay more seriously than Solo. I mean, Solo, his red.
So how much do you know about Jacob Fatu, Eric?
I don't know anything, but I'm just telling you right now.
That's the statement of anyone but you. That was Eric said anyone but you.
I don't know much about him either.
No, I don't. But Manny, when I look at Solo, he don't look like a boss. He don't look like the boss. Like, if they would have put Tama Tonga in charge, I would think it would have been better. I mean, I just don't. He got to look like I'll kill you. And then we'll get on to like the involvement of the most worst dressed wrestlers in the game, the Street Profits, involving themselves in this situation.
This week.
No,
I didn't mind it this week.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. But let me tell you, Solo
Dawkins has some good offense this week, though.
Dawkins has been amazing, and Ford has just stayed the same. And
Ford has fell off. Ford has fell off since everyone said, "Oh, he's going to be world heavyweight champion." The moment he did that, he fell off.
No, but the moment they thought about pushing him, and here's my theory: what happened with Ford? LA Knight came in, man. It took that spot because they were going to break him up, and he was going to. If he went solo, where he's going to go? LA Knight has that spot. Alan Jones, Randy Orton, all these people. They all have that mid-card kind of spot right now. Logan Paul, he would have just got lost in the shuffle. He would have been Carmelo walking up to people. Oh, what were we talking about before we jumped? I want to talk about Solo. Does it make it better? I think it makes it better that he doesn't fit the part. Like, he just doesn't fit. I think it makes it better because you want Roman more.
Yeah, you want Roman more, and then when Roman comes back, you'd be like, "Get away, little boy." Get away with your noodle head.
If you bring a Samoan werewolf in, Jacob Fatu, what do people go, "Oh, I like this guy. Him doing moonsaults. He quick. He agile. He big. He looks dangerous and scary."
Do you think they limit him? Do you think they limit him in the ring when he comes in? Like, I've seen highlight clips of him.
I think he'll be the closest thing. I think it would be some limitation. I think he'll save some of his big spots for pay-per-view.
I think because he has to be a heel. they'll probably limit it, but eventually he will unlock his power level and show that he can do flippity doos. But let's talk about this match.
He's never not been a heel. He's never not been a heel.
I don't know anything. I thought this was a good tag match. My issue is that I got the Gorillas of Destinies for the first time. And after Paul Heyman's promo about them being dastardly and like dangerous men, I wanted them to cheat more. I wanted them to be grinding people. Dastardly. He said they were criminals. I want them to be grinding people head against the ropes. I want people to be hitting with brass knuckles, threatening to hit people. I want them to be the dirtiest people in the game.
And they were extremely physical. They were extremely physical.
I want them to be physical and dirty.
No, Tamaloa hit that clothesline. I believe it was on Ford. And it looked like he laid them out. There was some.
That was legal. I want him to do illegal stuff.
Manny, you agree with me, right? You want them to be criminals. Let me see the thugs.
If Paul said on the table that these guys are the meanest dudes in the yard,
yeah,
I want the meanest dude in the yard. I don't want them to play by the rules.
Solos distracting people while they choking people out in the ropes. That's what I want to see.
You bring out that meanness when it matters. You don't bring it out in front of everybody. I think that they are just chipping away at them just being a tag team. I was okay with the physicality of them in this match.
Marcus, they could have did one thing, Marcus, in this one, because I ain't seen it in so long, and these are some dastardly stuff. They could have choked their ass out with the tag rope. Wrap that around it and just choke them, and they would have had the 5 because it's part of the ring. Choke them out. Do that. Do a back scratch. Just do dirty stuff.
No, you can't do back scratch. The Bullet had a whole era of back scratch with El Fantasma. No, I'm not bringing back the Bullet Club.
Back scratches on his return is the back guy.
Back scratch is so old school. What needs to bring back scratch though? Just and an eye poke and a distraction. All that cheating shit.
I don't need Ric Flair offense in 2024.
I was speaking of Hulk Hogan's offense.
Can I tell you that I am sold on Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I was so happy that they got the win.
Oh, we're going back to that.
I thought they were hilarious. No, because remember they had a match against Bayley. Manny, hands up. What's going on, Manny?
So I was earlier in the year saying I want Tiffany Stratton to win Money in the Bank, but I now have a case that Chelsea Green wins Money in the Bank because of all the nonsense she can do with that briefcase.
The only thing she might get hurt. No, Marcus. You have experience because you work at a casino, Marcus. So, you have experience in this, Mark. You know how when people walk themselves into conversations or situations they should not be into. So, Marcus, Jade Cargill and Bianca's backstage. Marcus, why was Indy so stupid to walk in and disturb them poor black women right there? She's got everything she deserved being told off by them. What was Indy thinking, Marcus?
Clearly, she wasn't thinking. Yeah, that's all she got. That's all she got. It's to say it impressive and not being impressive. She's gonna get that. She's gonna get that work next week. But she did have a valid argument but she had an invalid argument because the tag team champs can be on any show. And yet Bianca and Jade have stayed on SmackDown at all times. They have not maneuvered or did anything. And Indy being upset that, y'all gonna go over to SmackDown to do and attack. I forgot who they gonna beat up. But it was not a valid argument. Indy just walked into some shit when she deserved her ass whooped. I'll leave them black women alone.
I mean, it's just you can't be messing with them. You just can't. You can't be doing stuff like that. It makes I don't know, but I thought SmackDown had a lot of little things here and there, but it kind of felt like it was all over the place. But I mean, I think that the thing that stole the show was Paul Heyman and Kevin Owens, and Paul Heyman just acting like how he's being trapped and he's praying for the day that Roman Reigns come back. And I mean, reports are that Roman has hired his personal trainer, so he's working to get back in shape. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. It's just going to be very interesting.
I would love to catch vague photos of Roman in his off time. You just see a giant belly and just him eating hot Cheetos and ice cream. Just, what are you doing? I'll get back in shape. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
So I want to talk about go ahead.
I thought SmackDown was a good solid show. Maybe my second favorite show of the week. It was entertaining. I thought it was coherent, and we all went through everything. Everybody had a purpose.
So I want to discuss the prohibited.
No, he had a purpose.
He had a purpose, Marcus.
I'm done with that. What are we watching? College football?
Get out of here. And college football come out next month.
Come out next. Wait.
Again,
might be a live stream.
Santos trying to recruit every Latino and everybody telling him no. It's getting ridiculous because that's been his storyline since joining the main roster. He has not went for any titles or anything. He just kind of been like, join us, Rey Mysterio. Now join us, Andrade. I'm tired of all that shit. Tired of being humble.
I'm very concerned about the prohibited portal, as I've always, have my negative feelings about the forbidden door. I think it's always a very dangerous fine line to walk when you have two companies who could be rival companies trying to work together to try to get their product enhanced. I think that you guys mentioned it on your show on Thursday, how New Japan is just kind of being screwed over with Mox being the champion because he don't really do anything. Like, he ain't fighting none of the Japanese.
No, he does stuff, Eric. He just doesn't fight in New Japan.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like
he doesn't fight people that earned it.
It's like, what's going on? And so, like, Jordan Grace coming over to NXT, do you think that Roxanne takes the L? Like, I don't know, because I'm like, Roxanne could take the L, but does she? Would they try to lessen their women's division to make Jordan look better? Or, and then who does WWE send to TNA when they have?
They're doing TNA's doing a similar thing with the women's title, I think, at their next pay-per-view.
Where's an open challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, so
it could be anybody. So I imagine hearing ding 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 ding. Oh, here comes the oh.
You sit the boat in this situation.
But that's if she's still under contract at that point.
Oh, is Natty contract up?
Yeah, she ain't signed a contract.
It's Becky, Natty, Gable, Ricochet's coming up. Chad Gable is the big one, who's apparently up like
Becky Lynch is a free agent as of today.
Yeah, Gable's contract, I think, is up after this Monday Night Raw episode or something like that.
Yeah, which means he's gonna get a last shot at Sami Zayn. And then win it.
This is it.
Because he's re-signed.
Loser leaves town. I got Jordan Grace actually winning the title and taking it hostage to TNA, and maybe we could get this war kick off. Actually, this war.
That would be kind of interesting because then you could have the whole entire locker room just being more pissed off at Roxanne for losing the title and shit like that. It would be a good, interesting story going on with that. So, of all the free agents that you guys name, who do you guys think is the most important one? Like, how would you rank them? Marcus, I'll go to you first. Who's the first one that you would sign?
Well, is this first person I would sign, or who would I give the most money to?
First person you'd sign.
First person
you prioritize your signings right now.
I will. My number one pick in signing, I will try to keep Chad Gable. I think there's money there somewhere. I'm a big fan of his. Then followed by Becky Lynch.
So you would pay Chad first, then go to Becky? Manny,
I will offer Becky more money, though. I will offer Becky more money.
I think Becky actually wants a little break. So if you don't sign her or anything, but you have that, it's not really a gentleman's agreement because it's a man. But you're signing the man.
You know, gentleman's agreement.
Like, hey, Becky, I know you want to go spend some time with Rue, but you have this blank check. Whatever you want, we'll pay you.
Yeah, and it coincides with Seth taking time off. So I'm assuming she'd want to spend time with her entire family. So Chad Gable, I think, is the priority. I don't understand why they've invested so much time into him leading up to this point for him not to sign. There's so much Chad going on. Now he's a good focal point in that mid card right now. So if he doesn't resign, it's like you've wasted all that time. So I feel like you need to right now invest all your time in trying to get him to resign.
To piggyback on that, I also feel the same thing that goes with Ricochet. I mean, I know people laugh at the whole Speed Championship, but I think that he's involved in a very prominent angle on Monday Night Raw with the whole Braun Breaker and Ilya situation. That I think he plays a very intricate role into like making talent look better because he's a great in-ring performer. We all know that. And quite frankly, I know Ospreay was talking about how he needs to go to AEW so he can be treated. No, he doesn't, because like he'll have one flippity-do 5-star match and then everybody forget about him again.
He won't even have a 5-star match. I don't think he will be in any better position than he is currently in WWE.
Excuse me.
Move over to AEW.
Excuse me. Dave Meltzer will give him a 5-star match right off the jump. It's going to be Ricochet versus Kill Switch. 5 stars.
But I think there's
or Cassidy.
I think there's so much you can do with Ricochet because I think you can always go and try to revisit that little feud that he had with Logan Paul. I thought that, I mean, I would rather see Ricochet versus Logan Paul again before I see LA Knight Logan Paul. Just not something I want to, see. But I just think that Gable's important. I think Gable, especially with the Olympic season, you got to keep him, at least sign him through the Olympics. So you can talk about how you had a former Olympic athlete, with Peacock, send him on, do all this because he can talk.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. But no, you can also bring back Mark Henry, who was also a former Olympian. Yeah, he was a free agent.
No one wants to see Mark Henry on
No,
TV.
I'm just saying. I know that. I'm just saying. We bring up former Olympians. You got Kurt Angle. You can bring back Mark Henry.
I just think that if you let anybody walk, it'd probably be Natty. I think you just let Natty go.
Nah, I think she's too valuable to the company.
Because of her injury. Well, main reason, Manny, I
Not
kind of
even
want her to go
outside of the ring. I think she's more valuable to people.
I would like her to go help the women's division in AEW. I just really think they need some help, or even the women's division in TNA.
You can't help the women's division in AEW because the man that controls it does not care about women's wrestling.
That's also true.
That is that's it right there. That's the nail to the head right there. Tony don't care. Like if he were to get Becky and Natty, and I think that would be two really key signings, and that they just feature the women's division more because now they actually have a solid roster. But they will still get their one match a week.
Yeah, it goes to show, like, because it was supposed to be Saraya versus Mariah May on this week's Dynamite. I got bumped for Sky Blue and Mercedes Moné. There was you could have actually had both matches on the show. You didn't have to have the Jericho tree bullshit. That could have been on Rampage because no one cared about that.
Or Swerve and Kill Switch.
You could have had these match, that additional match. No one was going to care about it anyway. It was going to be a throwaway match anyway. That Saraya match, she ain't wrestled for like God knows. It just made they don't care about women's wrestling over there. So I don't think Natty and Becky going over there is going to be worthwhile if they intend to continue their careers in wrestling. Otherwise, if they want the bag, they can get the bag. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think you could just let Mercedes be on that island by herself. I just don't think Becky's gonna go there. I don't think there's an amount of money because I think that she has so much leverage in WWE right now where she can negotiate her contract. She can do what she wants to do. And I mean, I know she has almost done everything in WWE, but still, I mean, like,
hold on, let me ask you something.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you something. You're Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna offer you $6 million a year to go to AEW with limited dates, and you can spend as much time as you want at home with your daughter. You're not gonna take that? Six is extreme. I don't know what the going rate is. I learned today that means minimum is $350, which is pretty good. But I'm gonna say Becky's probably about the $5 to $4 million range or somewhere around there. But $6 million is an extreme amount of money.
That's more than Sasha, though. I think Sasha's getting what, 5.5?
Yeah, she gets paid more than Sasha and Mercedes. I think Becky actually moved the needle at this point.
Is it guaranteed? I mean, I don't know because
it's guaranteed. Guaranteed money. You're not gonna take that money with limited dates. And all you have to do, you can work the who's has a really like good schedule. I can't think of anybody at AEW right now. I'm blanking out.
Saraya has a great schedule.
Saraya can't. That's because her doctors put her on that. So, I don't know. But yeah, Saraya, like you just go in there.
Now
you have a match here and there. You come back once every 6 months.
I'll tell you this right now. For me, money's not everything. If WWE can match the same limited schedule, I would go and stay with WWE because then I get to keep my name. I don't have to go there and be Adam Cope and stuff like that.
She gets to still be Becky. Rebecca is her name. It's just abbreviated. It's the same name.
It's just kind of like like Mercedes Moné is not the same as Sasha for me. Like I just
she is. She is the same.
I just put it this way.
No,
honestly, Marcus, I'll be honest. I'll be this, and this is. I know I'm going to get slammed for this.
Oh, you're going to lie. You had a chance to lie right there. You're going to be honest.
If this was 3 years ago, when AEW had a lot more momentum, I think I would go. I think that their momentum is dying right now. They have a sporadic boss. I just don't know if I want to, especially if you really love wrestling. If you only care about the money, yeah, go out there and do it. But I just don't know if that's where I would go.
Well, if I get the limited dates, the money, I can get all that as well. And, she's only 37. Trish Stratus out there wrestling till she's 50. I can always come back.
Yeah, but she had a break, Marcus. She had a long break.
So,
in between that
and
time.
Marcus, I'm just gonna put it this way: injuries can happen anywhere, but I just feel like it's not that safe at AEW. They
I
have
think
a lot
you're safer because people check on you when you're injured in WWE.
Yeah, like I think it's a very unsafe working environment, Marcus. They're over there setting motherfuckers on fire, man. Edge finished the match with a broken leg. I'm just saying, it just doesn't seem like
he's an old guy jumping on stuff. The old people should be jumping.
But you shouldn't
I don't
have an
understand
old
why
guy,
these old people are getting.
You shouldn't have an old guy jumping on himself like that. It's like it's, and I think as Philip said, it's just a little bit more professional over in WWE than it is over there, and I can see it.
But here, as I brought to Manny, I brought this was my hot take. As we have Forbidden Door coming up,
I know, Mark. You want her to show up for one match against? I watched that show.
She can do some one-offs. She can do some one-offs. I didn't know you watched the show. I didn't know you watched the show. I'm just saying.
That one match can get her injured, Marcus. Sasha ain't saying.
If you're Tony, would you tell her like, "Hey, I give you, X amount of money for some one-offs"? Free agent, you're still a free agent. Just come up on the show.
But
it's almost like we're working with WWE.
But him doing that, does that even move the needle? Since like everybody knows AEW doesn't take women's wrestling seriously. Like
it moves the needle for a little bit.
Like, does anybody care that no one cares that Willow's on a hiatus? And I feel like to me, Willow was the casualty in this whole entire situation because I actually prefer Willow over Mercedes Moné. I think that she brings they're like the same character, but I think she brings a little bit more to the table.
Not the same character.
I just like now I'm forced watching Will Ospreay go overseas and teach everybody the Sasha dance, and he can't even do it himself. This is bothering me.
I think he did it better than Mercedes Moné.
I think he did also, and that's sad. I mean, like, do you realize? Like Mercedes being there, she's even taken away from who the champ is. No one even talking about Toni Storm right now.
No, the fans love Toni in AEW.
But no one else is talking about her.
They booed Serena Deeb, and she has injuries. Mariah May does all her bidding.
Like I said, money is nice, but money's not everything. I don't know if I would just don't know if I would take
money
my
and
flag
dates.
over there.
Money and dates.
Yeah, but I think WWE can match the dates.
Yeah,
they can match the dates.
If you can match the dates, why can't you match the money? That's what I'm saying. Negotiations, man. I'm just saying. She has a family. She has a kid. She got a kid. College is expensive. Living is expensive.
But your husband is already. Hey, traveling with your husband is nice. Traveling with your husband is nice.
Yeah, but you can travel with your husband still because you don't work Monday.
They work different. They work different nights, man.
Yeah, Monday and Wednesday.
Let me explain something to you.
If Ospreay gets to use the private jet to go back and forth, why can't Becky?
Marcus, let me just point out. Both Seth and Becky works Monday night. After Monday, they have the rest of the week together spending time with their daughter. Compared to if she goes to AEW, she may have to work Wednesday, she may have to work Saturday, she may have to do a double shift when they're not going to be at home together. That's what I'm saying, that the dynamic of keeping the family at home.
She gonna see the vignette. She gonna see the vignette. Malachi Black is at home every week with his wife Selena Vega. He is at home every single week.
Marcus,
he ain't missed a second of her life. He is happy.
You're talking about Malachi Black. We're talking about Rebecca Quinn in this situation. I think you're gonna want her to be on camera a lot more, at least for the first couple of months of her signing. And I mean, like, and then like outside of Mercedes. Who else do you want to see her wrestle? In the women's, like, who?
Well, all the ones that went missing. All of them went missing.
Sheeta.
Whether it's Sheeta, Hater. I don't know what the Rose is.
Let me tell you right now. Becky Lynch, Marcus, Becky Lynch versus Rio doesn't do it for me. Rio and Becky Lynch ain't something that's going to put my ass in that seat.
Well, what about Becky and Willow? And you can always throw it up.
Eric. I don't need to see that.
Becky and Mercedes. You can always run that shit up.
That level. I don't care what anyone says. Willow, just because she's lovely and bubbly, is not on that level of.
No, I know that. I'm just. You wanted me to throw out names. I just throw out random names. Okay, all these women that went missing. Ty Matthew, Diana Purrazzo. I'm throwing out names.
He trying to sell me Becky Lynch versus Sky Blue. I don't need that.
No, I'm telling you, Becky and Mercedes, you can run that shit back.
I don't
Why
need
not?
that. I don't
Why
need
not?
that.
You can run it back.
No one needs that.
No.
Tony Storm and Becky Lynch.
I think we've already seen
Marcus,
that.
let me just tell you something right now, Marcus.
Not these lights.
Marcus, Mercedes is to be on that AEW island by herself. Let her be, because Marcus, although she's trying to preach how she's pro AEW, blah, 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 if WWE would have matched that ridiculous price that Tony gave her, she would be in WWE right now. And we all know that's the case.
Well, she already said she's going back to the WWE one day. She has no loyalty. We all know that, but I'm just saying, get your money, Becky.
She must know that she must know they're gonna go out of business. I mean, I don't know.
I'm pro all these people. If Tony's willing to pay you to go out there and just do whatever you want, go ahead and take their money on limited days. Ricochet, go get your money. Natty, if you want to go get that money, go get that money. Becky, go get that money. So everybody should go out there and take this man's money. If you have the opportunity, because you want to know why? The WWE will always be there, and they're gonna call me back if I was more.
Not if you go there and you get a career-ending injury.
They call me back for the Hall of Fame and get a Legends deal.
Because somebody set me on fire for no good reason. Manny, are you about
they
that?
Set women on fire.
Are you with Marcus? Go and take the money no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna come back. You can come back. You swear Jericho don't have a Legends contract already drawn up by WWE when he's done doing this learning tree.
And then I'd have a shoot interview directly after I leave AEW.
Oh yeah.
Saying,
I
just went there for the money. I phoned it in for 4 years.
Yeah. I got books. I got books. I got the right. I got Dark Side of the Ring episodes I need to film. Everything.
I'd have filmed them. I'd have filmed them on the contract. I just released them immediately.
Yes. So I'm just like, go get your money. All these people have an opportunity to get big money, and Tony's willing to pay. And if he's going to use you for limited dates, and you're fearing injury, but injuries can happen anywhere.
I just don't want to hear. I just don't want to hear he got no surprise. I just don't want to hear that. I just don't.
Yes.
But
and it's
it's
another lowball contract for Warner Brothers Discovery.
And Marcus, this is going to be disrespectful when I say this. Even if he does sign Becky, I still feel WWE got the better two of the horsemen. I think Bayley and Charlotte probably better than Becky and Mercedes.
I like Charlotte, but I don't know about Charlotte anymore. When's the last time we seen Charlotte do anything? And last time we saw her, she was really not that good. She was botching everything because she has so much ring rust. I don't know what Charlotte we're going to get back when she comes back. The biggest women's star is Rhea right now. And then Liv is becoming a star. Nia, who just turned 40.
Bianca's right off the Rhea.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're shaping Jade into something.
Yeah, but I still.
And let me tell you,
I don't think they're going to really see the return in Jade till maybe the third year.
And I'll tell you guys gonna think I'm crazy. I'm enjoying me some angry Roxanne Perez. I don't know why, but angry Roxanne Perez, who's delusional, is entertaining to me.
Oh, you must like
one time she was good.
Microphone.
Yeah, the one time she was actually solid. Where I give her a C in the classroom for promos. This is the one. But the thing is about the WWE's women's division is that it's stacked at NXT with all these athletic and talented young women who can easily take anybody's spot.
Fallon Henley can replace Rebecca Quinn, just dye her hair red.
I mean, I guess. I wouldn't put it all on Fallon.
Lyra.
You know what?
Irish.
Hey, Manny. Lyra has grown on me. You know what?
She still can't. She's not that much better than Roxanne on promo, but like in ring, she can go.
Yeah, she can really go. And plus, anybody who take that squash got my respect. But wholehearted.
The big money is calling women black bitches out there. That's Tiffany Stratton.
I don't know if there's that much money in Tiffany Stratton. I don't know.
I think there is, man. I think if you push her to the moon, definitely she's got Charlotte level qualities.
Gentlemen, I want to talk about something because it's something that took place on NXT, and I don't know how I feel.
Hold on, can I pause you for a minute, Eric? It would be odd if you did want to talk about something and we're doing a wrestling podcast.
No, but
I don't want to talk about shit.
I want to talk about something.
I don't want to talk about nothing.
maybe you guys can help my emotions because I'm not sure if I like this or I dislike this, but something took place on NXT and it's not Sexy Red.
Pause. Hold on. Pause. You have to tell us the verdict. I already know it. Was it good Lexi King or bad Lexi King this week? You have to give the verdict.
I will end with Lexus King because I need to talk about something more pressing though. There was a promo package done by a performer that I can't figure out if I like this package or not. I thought it was a solid package, but I can't stand this person. And I'm talking about the Josh Briggs package. Tall Christian had a package.
No. You
be short Matt Morgan.
It's a tag team partner who's going around like he's talking like he's released on the Twitter, and then claiming on an NXT live event that Bret Hart books better than Shawn Michaels, and he held that sign and he carried it to the ring himself.
Yeah, he's no longer on the. Yeah, his contract expired.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
Well, no, I don't think it has.
I believe it was reported that his contract is expiring like the next either week or this
somebody might not, Marcus, because like as many talk about somebody out there code upside talk about Bret Hart books better than you. Mark, I think it kind of plays the role contract, feed it to the internet. But I hate to say, I think I like the Josh Briggs package. I don't think there's money in here, but for that 1 week, I think I was weak. Both him and Roxanne, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing.
Him or Thorpe, who had the better package?
Briggs.
You crazy?
Yeah,
man. That man was for the shit. That man had a Darth Vader funeral for Trey Bear Hill. He was talking about burning all his shit. He was ripping off every video package that anybody's ever done.
So Manny, I know Marcus told me what you felt that I was going to go with, and I'm going to let you know that I'm not doing this because I want to disagree with you. But no, Manny, it was bad Lexus King this week. I did not like his outfit. I thought he looked like he was a bad Jake the Snake Rick Rude impersonator. It bothered me. His colored-in beard was too much. He tried to redeem himself a little bit with me when he came out on the throne and he was frustrated that he had to be in this shit because I thought that was hilarious. But at the same time, this was not a good week for Lexus in my eyes. But he's still one of my favorite guys on NXT.
Is Showtime along with you, Eric?
No, she left.
Oh, I was going to ask her a question.
Okay, Eric, so I'm going to ask you a question.
For next week's show, could she color in your face and just give you a Lexus King beard?
Hey, I will point out, it was good Beat Chin this week, and I don't even like her, but it was good. I was like, oh, go ahead, girl. That's what Keith Lee got.
She should have lost that match on NXT.
Why did she win that match?
Like, I don't know why she in this match. She too old to be in this match with these kids.
Mark, because the OC,
she's
ain't talking to her, Marcus. The OC ain't talking to her, man. They ain't letting her know.
The more annoying thing is we had a combine and she excelled in the combine. This old lady excelled in the combine.
Did she have the hardest punch? She was the hardest punch, I believe.
Something like that. Yeah.
The hardest straight punch.
Yeah, that's what the Fontana punches.
We had the combine, but we had nothing else that fall off of the combine. It was just like
it didn't give you no advantage. It didn't create no bracket or anything from it. We just did it. Eric, I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
The attacker who's been attacking, who got a 2-for-1 attack on black people this week. The man, since you are the man with jiggly in the game,
I'm excited to see.
What do you think of the signing? And
I'm excited to see
should he beat Trick?
I don't think he should beat Trick. I find Ethan Page. I thought he's very charismatic. He was one thing that made the North good. I can't believe I thought he was minding them off when he wasn't.
The North was good. They were a good team.
No. Team. Alexander's trash. He's boring and whatever. But Ethan Page,
he's a great wrestler. That's it.
No, he ain't.
No. You gonna take away his wrestling ability?
Wait,
that guy is on the level of Nick Aldis boring and Gresham. There's three of them.
No,
three of them boring.
Hold on, Gresham was a better wrestler than you. Hold on. Gresham is a better wrestler than Josh Alexander. And Nick Aldis has no personality than Josh Alexander.
I'd rather watch paint dry instead of all three of them. They could be in a triple threat, and I'd rather watch paint dry.
Some real hate.
Mark, he was gonna throw his drink in your face. If he had a pint and you was in the same room, it was gonna be in your face after you said what you said. Manny was disgusted by that. No, and I kind of agree with Manny. Like he's okay, but I think Ethan Page made the North more tolerable. I think it's gonna be funny. I thought he could have had a little bit more success in AEW, but I think he got lost in the mix of signings. I know he's okay in the ring. Is he the best competitor for Trick? I mean, they ain't got nobody else. I mean, they had to bring somebody from the outside to attack him because who else was there? So, I mean, I'm interested enough to find out. It's better than what the Young Bucks and them is doing. Like, I care less about that. So, we'll see.
Hey, shut up. Okada's hilarious.
Really? That's Marcus. That's what you give $6 million for Okada to do. Keep buying him different cars and shit.
I fucking love Okada. Don't you dare say this about it. And I love more English speaking Okada, calling people bitches and getting excited over that car and Ferrari. Oh my god! And they're going, Okada is entertaining as hell. He's the best thing about the elite right now. Everybody else can go suck a bag of donkey dicks to call a man.
I turned on Collision last week and I saw my boy Tanahashi.
You really must have been bored if you're turning on Collision.
Yeah, I saw my boy Tanahashi up there, and I was like,
okay.
Oh, what Tanahashi doing up here? And then I turned it off. I was like, I don't need to see Tanahashi this way.
Tanahashi just came in thinking that. I'm really upset. Guys, it might be over.
Is she getting that paycheck?
Yeah, he hasn't been over in a while, and I'm concerned. I want to call him up and see.
No, Marcus,
are you still the Stone Pitbull?
He might be hurt. He just might be hurt. Maybe.
No, he's a Stone Pitbull. He'd take a job even if he had two legs. I mean, one leg.
Marcus, he could just be waiting for the right opportunity, Marcus, and that's to bring the New Japan Championship back home to New Japan when John Moxley gives him the phone call.
He ever win it.
That man don't hold championships.
The last title he had was the Never Openweight Championship or the Never Open Trios Championship. The key word.
No one takes that title seriously.
Never. The key word is never. The key word is never. That's only not the title.
Are the only free agents in the game right now the ones that are with WWE? Gable, Lynch, Ricochet. Are those the only free agents available right now?
I mean, no, who knows what's going on? Ricky Starks.
There's some AEW.
Jake Hager's free.
Jake Hager's off. He can go suck an egg. He can't do that.
I know. Mark Henry's free. Arn Anderson is free, so we can reunite your boys. Cody and Arn. Same time. And good night. I don't know why he's killing me. There's a few people, but in AEW, you never know who's free because they just stop calling.
They be at home and stuff like that.
Shit, I'm supposed to be. I guess I'm not working. This check stopped coming in.
So the funny thing about it is that I think we all know Ricky Starks is coming to WWE. I think I would have preferred if it was Ricky Starks that attacked Trick over Ethan Page.
You just don't see the value in Ethan Page, Eric.
No, Manny, I do see the value in Ethan Page, but I just don't think that you could diminish your new champ that quickly. But at the same time, his title reign, him hanging out with Javon, Sexy Red, who ain't sexy. I don't understand why she's called Sexy Red.
Give yourself a name, okay? I could be Sexy Ill. I could be Sexy Couch if I wanted to be. Ain't nobody stopping me because I gave that name to myself. There's nothing about Sexy Red that was appealing this week, but I started to laugh because I was like, why does she have to twerk on every single thing?
Erica's an American, and she desecrated the flag.
Manny, I expected more people to be outraged about her coming out there like that, but clearly they weren't. But I don't know, man. I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, how did we get here, Shawn Michaels? How did we get there?
Because you couldn't get Nicki Minaj, you couldn't get Megan Thee Stallion, you couldn't get Cardi B, who probably who they really want.
You can get Drake, you can get Kendrick Lamar, who he also
I know you do. I know you threw out Drake as one of the bad bitches, but that's a Kendrick Lamar line. Don't do that. You couldn't get Ice Spice. We went all the way down to Sexy Red, who
I didn't know who she was. To be honest, I don't know.
I don't really know. I know the name. That's all I really do. I know the name.
Well, some people consider her to be an industry plant, like you know,
I
like
don't care.
I mean, it ain't really that it ain't that groundbreaking, to be totally honest. It's just it's sad in so many different ways that this is what it was. It was like so unnecessary, but it just kept the whole Jerry Springer vibe going for whatever reason.
I think I read a report, and I may have misread it. I may be misspeaking somewhere, but Sexy Red.
When don't you
this
misspeak?
week? Hold on, Sexy Red and Jordan Grace outdrew the Will Ospreay matches in their segments.
I would not be surprised by that.
I'm pretty sure they did, but it just shows that just makes me sad on different levels. Jordan Grace not, but the Sexy Red just being out there going. NXT is again approaching Dynamite numbers, and I think it's disgusting. Tony, you have this expensive ass roster, and you're almost getting beat by kids. You're only 50,000 views away from getting beat by kids.
Sean Spears is there. He's like 45.
but Sean Spears is key. But Sean Spears trying to play the angle that he's trying to attach himself to some new people and shit like that.
This is a random question about the old guys of old people on NXT. Who's your favorite old person on NXT? You got Beaches, Sean Spears, Natty. I kind of want to put Ethan Page in there, even though he's not old, but he's kind of want to do. Who's your favorite and the Good Brothers. Who's your favorite old person?
Shayna's
Shayna. Shayna's old. Like Shayna old as fuck. She trying to fight Lola Vice, who is like 3 years younger than her. You can grow up, Shayna.
Like I said, after Me Chin this week, she win this week.
No. We can't have I have to ask a question now.
Okay.
Okay.
What's her face? Dakota Kai at that pay-per-view that you went, ooh!
No, she won out again.
Manny, why you trying to make me do this? Because
they don't watch this.
No, but no, I'm just it's gonna have to show that I ain't loyal.
Jonte's been watching videos over
loyal.
I'll tell you right now. Me Chin was this week, man. That was it. She passed up.
You ain't shit.
I mean,
turn on Dakota that way.
I mean, the thing about it was, like, I felt bad for her because she didn't know she was kicked out the OC. That's the worst part about it. Like, they could have told her.
So you're giving her this big gal pity.
The pity selection of Me Chin.
Yeah,
but I take Me Chin over Dakota Kai.
Yeah, I mean,
this week and probably next week.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that because it's just.
I take Dakota Kai because that one Instagram post when she said she was throwing potions.
Well, Manny, but see, you're doing it for that reason.
Yeah, do you know how old that post is, Eric? That's like at least 4 years old. She got fired in that time.
But I'm just sitting here like, I just, but like I said,
hold on. Shanti's not in the room, huh?
Champions League final has started.
What's the score? Is it still 0-0?
It's still 0-0. It's 1 minute in. It's Real Madrid versus Dortmund.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was Barcelona this week. I don't know.
Borussia Dortmund.
Eric, is Shantae in the room with you for the final question of the show?
No.
Okay, because I want to ask her the question.
Can we get Shantae in the room, please?
Yeah, but you know what? Pass. Eric, this question's now for you. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do with this NXT TNA version? Put the one match that you can't have that's gonna probably put your marriage. It's gonna strain the string.
I mean, Over versus Moose?
Over Femi versus Moose. What is gonna happen?
Ladies, come get him.
We ready, man.
He's ready. Baby, come to the new love. This is a love scene.
That's the jazz album of the century right there.
No, you need to add something, Eric. You need to add that something.
You want to see my toy count?
Parental advisory logo. All the explicit content.
Fuck you and fuck you. I'm
out. Maybe Eric, make it black and white too.
The thing about it, I'm very upset about the whole idea of what's going on with my wife's fascination with those people, but I can't control it. I mean, maybe that's why I'm jumping on these bandwagons of these other people just so I can return the favor. But
you start working. That's why you went to the gym, because just on the notion that is a possibility. You need to become a strong black man, not just a black man, a strong black man.
Yeah, he's lifting weights going.
I went to the gym.
Or are you going moose?
I'm fat, man. I went to the gym because I'm fat. And I gotta put my suit on Monday.
What is wrong with you people? What is
not wrong with us, Marcus?
Who told you to take a picture like that?
Actually, Manny. The problem is, I took that picture without his permission.
No, I told you. I said you should take a picture of this and let's send it to the group. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it did end up being very hilarious. Like a lot of people were just like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And then
his phone was on do not disturb for like the longest time.
Yeah, so
and he
I
had like
missed all
55
his
messages.
messages. I did not see one of those messages, and I didn't find out until we were doing the show. How come Manny had to text me? And apparently, it was in focus mode somehow. I didn't do it. My phone just did it or something. I don't know. Yeah, and so I missed that entire group text that I had 49 missed messages.
Really?
I didn't realize there was a whole family chat going on, and I missed all that.
Yeah, it also states Eric going, "Man, you should have seen the struggle of me and Marcus putting the sofa together." All of that for that photo. And I was like, that looks complicated. Eric goes, "I don't think it will last our fat asses." It does look like, and then I decided to create a narrative for the person that owns this couch. It looks like a couch for a skinny white dude named David who works in a library, has no kids, has a pet parrot named Steve. And then Eric goes, "Wears glasses without a prescription." Then I continue to say we had Birkenstocks which he got on sale with socks on, and only drinks store-bought coffee and is really into Japan.
They're really in Japan. It's serious.
We were really we was over, and I didn't know. I was wondering why you didn't comment on none of that, Marcus, because it was interesting. It was funny.
No, that's why I didn't comment on either one. I didn't know. I did not know that was actually happening. And I just felt like, man, it's really quiet tonight. No messages from anybody.
You had that piece.
And then he broke the streak of and he didn't wear the podcast sweater on the show.
Because he didn't pack it, huh?
No, it was packed. I see what unpack it.
Hide your kids.
That might be the hard. You know what, guys? I've seen some bad mixtapes. I've listened to some bad rap lately. This could be one of the hottest albums of the year. I'm just saying. If you were to put the title of "Hide Your Kids" up there, that might be the title. But I will not allow that because I have a reputation of a man around that. I am not a pedophile. Okay? You cannot have "Hide Your Kids" as your rap album.
Hide your daughters. Sexy M is here.
Not like us. That's all we get from that.
I'm just saying that's going on the Instagram later. So make sure you follow the Sharpshooters on Instagram.
Damn.
Jesus. I like to be known as Sexy Couch, though, not Sexy Ill. Just say.
Oh, so you could be Sex C.
And the best joke goes to Manny. That's brilliant.
Eric's cooking already. Look at him. You can see what.
I know. Look at it. Is that it? Is that all we got for today's show? Eric, this is your show. Do you want to end the show or?
Can I just say, I know Jimmy sent his condolences to me about my dad passing, but Peter also sent me stuff on how to function on the Instagrams of like what to do and stuff afterwards. So thank you to him.
Oh, that's very nice of them, man. I'm sitting here like, Shit.
You know what? That's the community right there. That's the
That is, man.
No, we've got some good
Community
people. We've
right
got
there.
some really good people here.
You know, and when me and Marcus get into that studio and we drop the beats and this album is put out in the streets, I'm gonna let you guys know. You guys gonna be the first one to get a copy. Because you know Marcus is who he is, and you know every album needs a title. And the problem is that was just his album, so we had to have a title. Marcus, your new debut album by Sex is M, the Amazon Love Machine, right there. There it is.
The studio. I know you're to the side and you can hear us, Marcus.
I was like, how this joke went from here to now. It's the hottest. that looks like a legit album.
Hey, I got that lead going. You know it's gonna be fire. You know it's gonna be fire. I got that lead. You know it's gonna be good. I look like Jill Levert.
Marcus, who you got featuring on the album?
Who's on the album, Marcus?
Oh, well, I got Chingy. Little
Because
Flip.
that couch is right there. It's over there.
Jaru said he would be a feature on the show just because he know about my baby. You know, any rapper from the 2000s that's no longer making music.
Oh man, let me tell you. Probably best
Also,
thing on the show right here.
Kane, so I currently have a bet on this. It's a ridiculous bet on the Dortmund versus Real Madrid game. So it's Real Madrid match odds. Eduardo Camavinga to get shown a yellow card. Vinicius Jr. to score or assist. And then Emre Can to be shown a card. We've put £6 on this. The potential returns is £175. None of this is going to happen.
You just got to get one of, right? He might.
No, we've got to get all four.
Oh, you ain't get that. That's
none of
that's hard.
So did you guys hear that Hills that was canceled was picked up by Netflix? And they're gonna have
they're just gonna stream the episodes.
But they said though if the numbers do well, they may bring it back.
Things do well randomly on Netflix. I never seen a moment of Hills. Heard good things, but
I've never seen a moment of Hills either. But
I
already watched it.
I think most of the first season.
I had one question about Hills. Yeah, one question about Hills. Is wrestling legit or is it work in the show? Okay. They understand it's a wrestling isn't. Yeah, okay. I never knew. I was like, is this like Ready to Rumble or the wrestling?
It's like the wrestling,
like comedy,
and a tad the hint of Glow.
No, they should have brought Glow back for that final season, man. They just put people going to the airport. It's like, oh, we got next season. Oh no, writer strike. That shit's done.
So Eric, how did you like Mashal?
I'm taking my time. I am in chapter 3. It's very bizarre because I don't understand how the dude who was the cop got this guy into school and like why.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I just had to accept it.
It's a big ass plot hole that I'm just like, huh? Like, okay, we're gonna let this slide.
They come back when they figure that out. When they figure that shit out, they come back to it.
And then like the teacher, the guy who's the 7th most powerful young up and coming wizard, like how he has it out for the dude, like in the first like where he sends a student to try to sabotage him, but he's so nice he comes back for her. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I said, it took me a minute to learn how to read it though. But it's enjoyable. I probably go read chapter 3 now when I'm on the toilet.
You can't read backwards?
It took me a minute because Like I knew we were supposed to go left to
Tell us
right.
what the front how to do it.
No, but Manny, that's afterwards. But
Man, the
although I was
problem is he
reading the
can't
pages-
read.
Manny, I was reading the pages left to right, but when I was reading the pages, I
This
was
is last
reading the-
page. This is how
I
you
was
read.
no, I was reading the art books wrong though. Like, because although I was reading the left page first, I was reading the right square on that page first when it should be the left. Like, you know how it goes backwards. It's. I don't know why it's back. Why is manga backwards? Is it just because it's a thing?
That's how Japanese read.
Oh, so they're made for the left-handers.
They read left, no, right to left.
Well, on that note,
stop. Stop.
on that note, if you want that, if you want this album to come to fruition, the Amazon Love Machine featuring Sexy M and Kenny G on the saxophone, please go visit.
You got Kenny G.
Visit our
I got
website.
Kenny G. I got Michael
that
Bolton on
donate
the
button.
album. If he's still alive.
Hit that donate button, and we will make sure we try to get in the studio and get that track dropped. But for right now, that ends this show. I am Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes. Over there is Sexy.
Sexy M. You know.
How dare you? I'm Marcus the Grand Finale.
There, that's Sexy M, right? Come on, drop some beats for us, man. Come on.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
Baby.
this
Take
is
a
track
look at
number
this
2, y'all.
couch.
It's called Night Driving on the Amazon Love Machine.
Why did I buy this couch? Why did I buy this couch? Baby.
He's got a feature by Gary Black, not Barry
Oh,
White.
third to see. Who happens to be a white man?
Very skinny though.
You're very skinny.
It's the same guy wearing those Birkenstocks.
And a very high-pitched voice.
Remember, there's only one Amazon Love Machine. He wanted to be called the Amazing Love Machine, but he got his couch from Amazon. So anyway, on that note, stay warm, stay sweet, stay wet. We're out. Oh, that's awful. Bye.
When you said,
How you
baby,
gonna end the show
just
like
tell-
that?